Welcome into the PFF NFL Daily, reacting to Week 1's first game, Bills-Rams. Not as good of a game as we expected here, Sam. The Bills dominate the Rams and make a statement on Thursday Night Football. 31-10 is the final. It was 10-10 at the half. The Bills pull away in the second half. Great game for Josh Allen and a not-so-great game for Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Sam, what are your instant reactions here for the Bills and the Rams?
Yeah, reacting to an absolute slaughter. Didn't go the way we thought it would. We thought it would be, a close game. I actually thought the Rams matched up pretty well with Buffalo, and it just didn't happen. I mean, there were a few things that were immediately obvious. One, the Rams' offensive line was let's split the credit there. The Rams offensive line was bad and the Buffalo defensive line was very good, and those two things combined led to an absolute train wreck for the Los Angeles offense. And that, I think, is the biggest thing to be concerned about coming out of this game if you're the Rams. Throughout the last few years, the Rams have kind of gone as that offensive line has gone. When it's been good, they've been Super Bowl contenders. When it's been not so good, they haven't been. And right now, that offensive line looks like it could be a legitimate cap on how good that team can be. Joseph Noteboom coming in, got a ton of money to replace Andrew Whitworth, got fairly well wrecked by Von Miller, gave up a ton of pressure, had a grade that's not going to look very good. So huge concerns, I think, with that offensive line. Also, it was like they forgot how to football. Like they were running every first down. Cam Akers and Allen Robinson were like they didn't exist. They barely featured in the game at all. Matthew Stafford was sort of, volatile Matthew Stafford. And by that, I mean occasionally chucking the ball straight to the defense. Didn't look good for the Rams. On the other hand, it looked phenomenal for the Bills, and that's why they've been everybody's number one team.
That second part that you said, though, that wasn't different when the Rams were on their Super Bowl run last year.
No,
in the Super Bowl, they were running on early downs, doing nothing. Stafford was throwing the ball to the defense a little bit more than he should have, but he was making up for it when he had this is the fine line, right? When he has the no-look pass to Cooper Kupp for a game winner. In this game, it's a no-look overthrow for another interception. So it's a fine line. But yeah, the Rams, they weren't throwing the ball down the field a ton. You have to wonder if the tendonitis for Matthew Stafford was a factor, or was it the offensive line? I'm with you as far as let's look at it from the Rams perspective, but I do want to give the proper credit to the Bills. 8 players on that defensive line. We talked about how they roll 8 deep. 8 guys had at least 15 snaps on that defensive line. I think Von Miller just, the bendiness and the burst off the edge was fantastic. The pressure numbers might not even look that good because, they'll be good, but at the end of the day, there was all these short passes and garbage time. But when it mattered, there was a lot of pressure that the Bills were putting on the Rams. And they were doing it in the secondary with rookie 6th-rounder Christian Benford. They're doing it with Dane Jackson out there, forcing turnovers with just a good, sound overall defense from the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, the defense looked fantastic. That front seven, the way that they're able to roll that many guys deep on the defensive line, it reminded me in this game of, remember the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles, where they just had an absolute stable of like 7 guys up front that were all going to get, 20 plus pressures over the season. The Buffalo Bills could have that this year, and they were deploying them all. They were rotating them through, even on 3rd and long situations, you got a 4-man rotation that doesn't have Ed Oliver on the field, things like that. Like they were using the breadth, the full breadth and depth of that pass rushing depth chart that they have now, and that makes them scary. And then you go to the other side of the ball, and honestly, Josh Allen might be the best quarterback in the NFL. Like he looks absurd. He's continuing where the way he left off last year, which was the way he left off the year before. He's now on this run of a few years where he is unstoppable. He's too big, too strong, too fast. His arm is too good. He's able to read defenses. He's accurate. Like, I was trying to think of sort of what's the best comparison to what we're seeing from Josh Allen right now. And it's almost like if you got MVP Cam Newton for all the time, if you didn't just get that 1 year where Cam Newton put it all together and he was a really great quarterback and then it never really happened again. Allen is like that guy, but all the time, right? He is a unique, singular athlete that no other quarterback can come close to matching.
I like it. I'll have more on Allen in a second, but first, get ready for the rest of the NFL Week 1 action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Bet just $5 on any football game and get $200 in free bets instantly. And now everyone can experience the thrill of DraftKings early win promotion. Get up 7, you win. Bet on any NFL team of your choice, and if your team leads by 7 points at any point during the game, you get paid instantly, even if your team loses. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code PFF to get $200 in free bets instantly when you place a $5 bet on any football game. It's code PFF only at DraftKings Sportsbook. 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for terms and resources. One per new customer, minimum $5 deposit and wager. $200 issued as 8 $25 free bets. Here's the thing with Allen. There was a point in the game he was averaging about 4.5 yards per target. Your average depth of target. That's the lowest in the league if you did that for the entire season. It was all short stuff. And these are the things that we've said, hey, if you're going to play Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, make him play that way.
Yeah.
And in that game, the game flow said, get rid of the ball quickly. And I thought the broadcast did a great job of saying, look, Aaron Donald is still winning. He's still getting off his blocks quickly, but it doesn't matter. Josh Allen's getting rid of the ball. They usually have those packages when Tom Brady's the quarterback. It's like, hey, doesn't matter how quickly you win. Brady's getting rid of the ball. Well, Allen kept doing that. Then he hits a deep ball for 47. Then he hits the deep ball for Diggs. So he was patient. He was accurate. He took the deep passes when he was there. And like you said, as a runner, the guy's just stealing yards, and he's a cheat code when he gets into the open field.
I think all truly transcendent quarterbacks have this thing where when they're playing at the peak of their powers, I don't know what the game plan is to stop them, And I think Patrick Mahomes had that, and finally teams have kind of figured out a bit of a game plan. Tom Brady has had that where it's like, I don't know what you do to stop Tom Brady when he's playing at his best. Peyton Manning at his best. Aaron Rodgers. Josh Allen is in that zone now where, okay, tell me what the game plan's even supposed to be, because you can force him to take the underneath stuff all day, and he does it fine, and he's pinpoint accurate, and he can move around in the pocket. He can buy extra time. You can't stop that. If you blitz the crap out of him, they sent the zero blitz, immediate deep ball, takes advantage of that straight away. You try and force him to run the ball. They deploy him like a running back, and he just bulldozes over linebackers. I don't know what the game plan is. Like, he's too good at everything for you to be able to stop it with the corresponding defensive player that would usually do that for a quarterback. So right now, Josh Allen is playing at a level where there is no defense for him.
I think you summed that up pretty well. I mean, I kind of like the what if MVP Cam Newton was just there all the time. I haven't shied away now from John Elway comps. They seemed crazy at first, but when you look at John Elway's highlight reel historically, Josh Allen is able to replicate some of that stuff. But I'll repeat, the thing that has made Josh Allen special now over these last couple of years is his ability to work the quick game, the short area passing game. There was a third down conversion to Stephon Diggs where Diggs is going up against Jalen Ramsey. And I know Ramsey had a coverage bust later, and he's had some bad plays, but it was tight coverage, and Josh Allen has impeccable timing and accuracy on a back shoulder away from Jalen Ramsey. And those are things that Allen was not doing earlier in his career. So credit to him to be able to expand his game and then to get to that point where maybe there isn't a game plan to stop Josh Allen. And all that said, we thought the Bills' offensive line had their own question marks. They weren't great up front either. But like I said, if he's getting rid of the ball, it doesn't matter if they're losing their blocks quickly. So Josh Allen overcame some poor offensive line play, whereas Matthew Stafford was unable to do that tonight and took the 6 sacks.
And you could see that the Bills had game plan for Aaron Donald. That was one of the things we said going into the game. If you don't have a game plan, if you don't have a way of stopping Aaron Donald, he's going to wreck your day. And they did. Like, they were sliding the line towards him. They were dedicating extra resources to him whenever they could. They were making sure that Aaron Donald was going to have as small a part in this game as possible. And obviously, he's Aaron Donald. He's still going to win some plays. But they knew that that was a potential issue, and they game planned to stop it. That's the other thing about this Buffalo team is they are so well coached on both sides of the ball. Again, it's just another reason why they are the Super Bowl favorites for good reason. Like, you want to overreact coming out of this game, it's that the hype for Buffalo is absolutely real. They are legit. They're the Super Bowl favorites, and they looked phenomenal. And then the other side, it's the Rams offensive line looks like a problem, and that could undermine everything they do.
Yeah, we promised we wouldn't overreact, but we can definitely state that the Bills backed up what we thought they were. The Rams might have that weakness. The one last thing for the Bills, Ken Dorsey's first game as offensive coordinator. They lose Brian Daboll to the New York Giants. They don't miss a beat. So, credit to the Bills, like you said, extremely well coached. Everybody wants the Bills. They're all picking them to win the Super Bowl, and they backed it up here in week 1. It's the PFF NFL Daily.